Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Mindcraft episode today. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm really excited to talk to you today about the idea of, cultivating contentment. So my shout out for inspiration today is Sarah Von Brednik. Again, I'm on a jag. I'm actually on several jags at once at this moment. But Sarah Von Brednik, as you know, is the author of Simple Abundance, which is a day book um, of comfort and joy. As she says, kind of meditative, kind of sorta. I like that each there's one for each day of the year, and it's seasonal, so it's just really fun and uplifting. And so she starts with a quote about cultivating contentment being a sense of order, right? So Pearl Buck says, "Order is the shape upon which beauty depends. Order is the shape upon which beauty depends." And I have to tell you, the irony here, because of being a Fast Mind Club member, for those of you who don't know, that's sort of code for ADHD because it's much more positive. We have executive functioning differences, so that certainly involves organization. So I'll just do a disclaimer that I'm a work in progress with the organization thing, and I will tell you though that whenever I have even the smallest of victories with being organized, oh my God, I feel so much lighter. I just feel so much, it's just so much better. You just get that good, clear headed feeling when things are organized. Even those of us in the Fast Mind Club, it feels so much better. I almost want to say, especially. I don't know. I've never not been in the Fast Mind Club, but even my family knows when it's not so much of a dirt thing with me. I mean, obviously, it's good to be clean, clean too. But for me, it's a clutter thing. And my family knows I'll say something. So I need some help with decluttering. I can't, it's hurting my head. I can't stand it, kind of thing. And so decluttering the outside declutters the inside. So Sarah starts out saying, she says, "For years, I have suspected that in happy and fulfilled lives, domesticity and spirituality are invisibly but inexorably connected. One a golden thread, one a silver filament, which, when woven together, create a tapestry of contentment." She says the Shakers, a religious communal sect that flourished in America during the mid 19th century, invoked a prayer each morning for the grace that would enable them to express their love of God through their daily tasks. Tasks as simple and mundane as making a bed. I love this. It makes me think of, like ashrams and retreats because I'm also thinking of Eat, Pray, Love right now. You've seen that movie. Often mundane tasks are worked into the whole experience because they're meditative and calming. So then Sarah goes on to say Carmelite friar Brother Lawrence wrote in his devotional classic, Practicing the Presence of God, that frequently he felt the Spirit of God among the pots, pans, and potatoes in his kitchen as he was preparing a meal for his fellow monks. Oh, I love that too. Okay, so there's the organizational thing, and there's also the just, I don't know, centering down to earth thing. And I personally really like to cook, so I can relate to that. I know sometimes people do this with gardening, but the organization and the simplicity actually of my kitchen too. Thankfully, well, finally after I don't know 20, almost 30 years, I was able to get my a new kit, our new kitchen kind of renovated. Yeah, same old kitchen, but then blew out walls, and now it's beautiful. So it's kind of like it's our house, my kitchen, and it has to stay simple. And there, I go nuts. Don't even leave this on the counter. The counter's clear and easy, simple with the pans, all of that, and the simplicity of my kitchen and the openness to me does actually feel very, very spiritual. And now I want to be in there, whereas before I didn't. It was just dark and it just it wasn't set up right, and certainly there are bigger problems. And I don't mean that. It's just that now that it is different and new, it's so inviting. It's just so inviting and so simple. It doesn't hurt my head because there's not much in there. So cooking is very centering for me, and I think, and even back when I was, a long time ago, working as a bartender at a local ski resort, and we had all kinds of side jobs too, and I honestly found those very centering. Rolling silverware, wiping off tables. I did. I found it very, very centering and soothing. And Sarah Von Brednick says, whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed by outside circumstances, worries about money, she said, concern over a sick family member or anxiety over prolonged business negotiations, instinctively I turn to homegrown rituals to restore my equilibrium. Oh my gosh, so spot on. This is an immediate emotional and psychological payoff to getting our houses in order. We might not be able to control what's happening externally in our lives. We can learn to look to our inner resources for a sense of comfort that nurture and sustains. This is actually bringing me to a pretty funny memory when I was at St. Mike's as an undergrad. And during finals week, I was a pre-med major. So I actually had a lot of tests. A lot of my friends didn't. They had papers and projects. I had a lot of tests. So when I would have the lot of tests and during all in one week, I'm trying to study and I was feeling very overwhelmed and like I didn't have control of my life. I would go clean my car. And of course, I didn't know it then, but even and maybe not the best coping mechanism because the studying wasn't happening as much. But cleaning my car actually was, I guess, in a way, a coping mechanism because I by cleaning my car, I got a sense of closure and control that then had me in a better place to get some studying done. So it was like this, if you can't control all that, I can control my car. And it helped. And I'm quite sure I wasn't aware of that when it was happening. And Sarah goes on to say, I've even noticed that there's a direct correlation between the days when I'm feeling depressed and the days when the house is in disarray. I suspect that I'm not alone. It's not the tragedies that kill us, Dorothy Parker once observed. It's the messes. Oh my gosh, I love that. They're really, and I'm definitely no neat freak, I'll tell you that. Just like if my family's listening, they'd be laughing. I'm talking about organization, but the clutter thing, they wouldn't laugh at because they know that it just really it's not good for my own mental health when things are a mess. And of course, the holidays, I'm a big fan of Christmas in our house. And my husband's like the biggest Christmas person I think I know. And even though I love it and we have beautiful decorations and all that, it still gets hard for me after Christmas is over because I have a window where I can tolerate all the extra stuff in the house, like all the extra, decorations. And I love the tree, but I got a window because it has to come down Christmas, soon after Christmas is over because it's just too much stuff for my head. I needed to go back to being, simple, in our upstairs, just plain simple, and it's freeing for me. So if you feel constantly adrift but don't know why, Sarah says, be willing to explore the role that order or the lack of it plays in your life. No woman can think clearly. No woman, no person can think clearly when constantly surrounded by clutter, chaos, and confusion, no matter who is responsible for it. Begin to think of order not as a straitjacket of shoulds, she says, make the bed, wash the dishes, take out the garbage, but as a shape, the foundation for the beautiful new life you are creating. I just had another thought, and our youngest daughter is actually downstairs getting ready to move to Denver this week, actually. So it's so bittersweet for me because I love her so much, and I'm also so proud of her. I just don't want to think of her not being here. Not part of the podcast, just rolled out of me because what I was about to say is that she's such a good organizer and such a good cleaner, and downstairs has been her domain. So she just graduated in May, so she's been with us until now from graduation, and she kind of made it her own. And she is a thrower, so she is a minimalist, and she has gotten that downstairs in such good shape because she's a fast mind clubber too. So almost to the point you got to watch and nail down stuff that you want to make sure she doesn't get rid of because she tosses everything. But now it's so welcoming. It's just so feng shui down there, and it was noticeable. I came home one day and she had surprised me and created a Zen den down there out of her sister's old bedroom. And there's not much in it. There's a day bed, some nice pillows that kind of are coordinated in the same color family, earth tones. There's a salt lamp, one bookcase, and a lamp, and then the little faux fireplace, and that's it. I mean, it's empty in there, and it's you just want to sit and read. I mean, it just says, "Please read in here, have some tea." That's what, and she did such a good job. And saying, "Wow," it was when you walk in thinking like it was cluttered, when I left in the morning and come back and it looks like that. It was an immediate um light feeling, a clarity feeling. And so I wanted to throw that in there because it's kind of like the proof in the pudding. So Sarah continues. She said, it may be as simple as putting something back you take out, hanging something up that you take off, or teaching those who live with you that they must do the same for the common good of all. That's been an ongoing conversation in this house. Because my husband is like rat-tat-tooey, like a pack rat. So, and then Sarah winds up. She says, there is a divine order, a sublime order inherent in the universe. We can tap into this powerful source of creative energy when we are willing to gradually cultivate a sense of order as to how we conduct our daily affairs. Invite divine order into your life today and be and a more serene tomorrow will unfold. Let's say that again. Invite divine order into your life today and a more serene tomorrow will unfold. That's it. So, a sense of order, cultivating contentment. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful, clutter free day.